Another edition of This Week with Mandy.
Stop trying to make Manly happen. It's not going to
This
happen.
week, this week with Mandy and Go. I'm your host,
go.
Jarvis. Yeah, and this is my co-host Mike.
Yeah,
We're here.
it's Mando and Grogu. By the way,
we're here to talk about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What chapter is this? Chapter
20.
Okay, chapter 20. So episode 4, chapter 20, the Foundling. Interesting. I mean, I think they wanted this episode to hit a little harder than it actually hit. It felt kind of a little. It felt fine. It didn't feel like a filler episode. No, it did. It did feel like a filler episode. But there was interesting. Yeah, I thought so.
Filler? Okay.
There's a reason why. We don't really understand the overall like there's supposed to be something in the show that's creating a sense of tension and a sense of heightened awareness. So something needs to be pushing these characters forward. But right now we don't have anything really. A big weird dragon thing stole a kid and swallowed it, I guess, but then spit it up, and the kid was still alive, which we can talk about later, I guess. But what we don't know anything about the Imperial ships that attacked Dinjan and Starbuck. We don't know anything about pretty much anything. It's been 4 episodes. This is the 4th episode, and we don't know exactly what we're going to face or the changes that's going to come for these people.
Right.
And it's only 8 episodes, right?
Yeah, it's 8 episodes. That's right.
So yeah, it definitely feels a little bit fillery to me. But we did understand more about the Mandalorians. I don't want to call them a sect of Mandalorians anymore because it feels like these are Mandalorians. This is just who the Mandalorians are. Especially the way that Bo-Katan Kryze acted towards the end. She's getting more and more into it. But your thoughts?
I thought it was a pretty good episode. I don't know if I would call it filler. I thought you got some good stuff in it.
What'd you get?
It doesn't really move what we assume is some kind of an arc for this season forward, but it does give us some background on Grogu, and we get we get a nice little mission of the week, I guess.
Yeah.
So I liked it.
So Grogu,
it definitely felt like a TV show, though, right?
Yeah, but it felt like this episode. There's been other episodes of Mandalorian that felt like they had more importance or felt like they had more consequence in this episode, and that's fine. Not everything has to hit home like that.
Yeah.
So I'll go do a summary of the episode.
All right, and I'm going to interrupt you while you're doing that.
That's fine. We're all used to that, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so we get a pan shot of the Mandalorians fighting each other. They're all wearing a bunch of colors. Some of them look like clowns, but that's fine.
I was wondering if you were going to say that again.
Yeah. We see some training, and then the Mandalorian is like, "Hey, yo, little Grogu, you gotta fight." And Grogu's like, "What? I'm like 2 inches high." He's like, "Whatever, you gotta fight." And he makes him fight this other kid, which I think is kind of problematic. But it's fine.
Yeah, it's the kid kid from the first episode.
Yeah, he gets his helmet. Yeah, and then there's there's a cool fight where they're just doing darts, and like Grogu, wins amazingly. Like
he does his Jedi flips.
Yeah, so I mean, I think everybody needs to be prepared. I think we're all getting ready to be prepared to go and buy a Grogu plushie with a Mandalorian helmet that is coming. Like, if you think that's not going to happen, you are delusional. That little kid's going to get a helmet by the end of the season, and the helmet's going to be bigger than him. It's going to be hilarious. But anyway,
you missed where Grogu was playing with rocks, as Dan Djarin called them.
Rocks.
Yeah, and it turned out he was like moving a bunch of crabs around. I think he was planning to eat them.
Of course, he's always looking. I'm hungry too, actually.
Yeah.
But then the kid's like, "Oh, I lost to a little puppet, whatever." And then a big dragon thing grabs this
Oh,
kid
we
and
get a
flies
new
off.
catchphrase.
What's that?
One does not speak unless one knows.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I like
or
that.
if you don't know, you're talking about "shut up." But
Right. Right.
they have a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the dragon picks up the kid, and then everybody gets in the jetpacks and pew, shoots off. But then the jetpacks apparently have zero range. But then Bo-Katan gets in a ship and follows them. Turns out that he's got a nest, and they plan a little place to go get him. So they go leave, and then Groku's by himself, and then
You
the
notice that
woman.
this is the same kid. Now in 2 episodes in this season, the kid has been attacked by a beast. Same kid. What's up with this kid?
Well, I mean,
Remember that
okay, it's
big
Star
whale
Wars.
attacked him at first?
Yeah. It's Star
And now the
Wars. You're
flying
going to have.
creature attacked him.
Yeah, but
Same kid.
when I was watching that scene, I was like, well, Star Wars just has to have these big monsters. Like, this is part of his ethos. This is part of his character. Big monsters. And I guess that's fine. But I'm not really interested in seeing a monster. And I'll get to more in that in a second. But then, Groku starts remembering a little bit about his past because he hangs out with the armorer, and the armorer hypnotizes him or whatever, is making him a piece of armor. But anyway, this comes up from the Boba Fett. So if you watch Boba Fett, if you watch chapter 6, from the desert comes a stranger. I believe that was the episode where Groku has a flashback about his past, and we realize that he was at the Jedi Temple when the stormtroopers or the clone troopers attacked during Order 66. So he was actually there. And then this episode shows more of that. We get a new Jedi. His name is Kalarion Beck. And this guy saves him. We get a couple cool lightsaber scenes.
Did you Did you notice anything about that new Jedi?
He was black. He had green eyes.
Yeah, it is. I was like, am I supposed to recognize this guy? So I looked him up on IMDb. Do you know who he is?
No.
He's the voice actor that played Jar Jar Binks.
Oh.
In the prequel trilogy.
A little redemption
For Jar Jar Binks in this episode, yeah.
No, not for Jar Jar Binks, but for Ahmad Best.
Well, for Ahmad Best, yeah, Best.
Congratulations, Ahmad Best. They did you dirty, and millions of people did you dirty for decades, probably a decade, and now you get to be a cool Jedi, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, apparently they created that character for like some kids show that's on YouTube called Jedi Temple Challenge or something like that. But yeah, they brought him back.
Okay,
he's been around, but only in that kids show. So this is like the first time he's in something that's mainstream.
See, again, there's so much that we don't know, and but fortunately, Star Wars fans aren't listening to this podcast, so
they are. They are.
Why would they? But real quick,
I thought he did great though. I thought it was really good scene with him. It was good with the dual sabers.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of Ahmad Best in a soundstage doing Jar Jar Binks' voice. That's not good. It's not good. That's not good at all.
Maybe maybe that was his idea. I don't know.
No, if I was Ahmad Best, I'd be like, I'm not doing this anymore. I would read one line of Jar Jar Binks and be like, I'm out. I don't need to pay check. Yeah. You guys have fun with this. Anyway, so obviously this show is going to help us to learn more about Groku and what happened to him and where he went and all this other stuff. Do you know what kind of ship they got in and they took off in? What kind of ship was that, Mike? Do you know? The ship that helped them escape.
Helped them escape. No, I have no idea. It was like
it was Naboo. It was a Naboo ship. It was from the planet of Naboo, where Jar Jar Binks is from, right? And also where Queen
Amidala.
The person who birthed the twins, Leia and Luke.
There's
and
some
also,
people thinking maybe that maybe this is like crazy internet rumors that they're
why would
thinking,
you read that stuff?
They're thinking that Kelleran Beck is taking Grogu to Jar Jar Binks, and Jar Jar Binks is the one that sheltered him.
Well, if that meant that Jar Jar Binks is eventually killed, then I'm fine with that. Actually,
Okay. Okay.
if Jar Jar Binks shows up in this, I'm not gonna watch it anymore. I'm just gonna warn you right now. I'm just gonna warn you right now. I
Yeah.
refuse to watch that. I'm not interested in that, and I think Disney's also not interested in that. But
Yeah, I think it's just a crazy internet rumor.
yeah, that's you know what? I'm not even going to do that. Like if I could type in an internet rumor. Oh, I got a funny story. Do you want me to say it now? Or can I wait? Do you want me to do it
Go
now?
for it. Go for it before we forget it.
Speaking about internet rumors, the Google's AI chat and Microsoft's AI chat plagiarized each other yesterday, and they were
Oh yeah.
using each other as source information. Yeah, because like Google AI chat said Microsoft's AI chat's closed because someone on Microsoft said so, but someone like a random internet person just typed that into a Microsoft chat room, and so so for like 3 hours or 4 hours, these two AI chat robots were like eating each other on the internet. Really hilarious. These things should not exist. We should get rid of them
Yeah,
and unplug them now before
we got to get
it's
rid of
too
them. They're
far.
not good.
They're not. Not only are they
You
not
you
good,
cannot
they're
trust
going to
them.
cause they're going to cause a nuclear holocaust. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, we got more about Groku. Oh, also a side note: the ship is a Naboo ship, and the Mandalorian flies a Naboo ship. So that's that's
Yeah,
a
yeah. He
Naboo
has a
fighter.
Naboo
So
starfighter.
we got a lot of prequel movie stuff coming in with the Naboo. You know what? We might actually go to Naboo. That would be kind of interesting.
That would be neat.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
blah blah
apparently those
blah.
guys were like Naboo royal guards that
Yeah,
were waiting there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, blah blah blah. They go to this mountain. They use their little thing. Oh, they eat at night, and the Mandalorians all like go about their business, and they eat by themselves. And
Mm-hmm.
Bo-Katan takes her helmet off, so K Sakoff is seen on screen for like a second. Then they
Yeah.
use their little claws in the morning to like climb, and then they
What do
think
you
they
think
see a
about the
kid.
eating scene? What do you think about the eating scene?
I don't know. It was fun.
I mean,
I have much to say about it. It's they eating some food, I guess.
what do you think about
This is the way.
their what do you think about this is the way that like even when they're eating they can't be around each other. They've got to go off and eat alone.
That kind of stuff, when it comes to religions, that kind of stuff allows anything that you do, like if you have a set time to pray, or if you have to go
Mm-hmm.
to a church at a certain time during the week, or if you have to celebrate certain holidays, or even to the point where it's like restrictions, like I can't drink, I can't swear. Those things allow you to reflect back to your religion, so it keeps you focused on your belief systems. And
Mm-hmm.
all they're doing is kind of they're not mimicking, but the show's kind of setting up its own religion for the Mandalorians.
Right.
And so what you're going to see is Bo-Katan experience what it's like to be a Mandalorian in that regard. And by the end
That
of it,
version of a Mandalorian. Yeah.
but I can see that becoming the version of what a Mandalorian is towards the end. I can see that.
Mm,
I can see that becoming the identity for them because you can already see that Bo-Katan is starting to become. I wouldn't say. I think some people might say indoctrinated. I think she's just becoming more enthralled in the community of it. Because like when you watch, they were trained together. Had rules and stuff like
mm-hmm.
that. And so that's for if you're a person who has nothing, which Bo-Katan has nothing right now, that's very appealing, and they're embracing her. You know, so
Yeah.
um, yeah, I want to be careful because it'll be easy for us to call them extremists, but we don't know. Maybe that is the way. Maybe they're doing it the right way, and we're living wrong. You know, so
Bonding over meals is such a basic um, human
yeah,
function. And it's very
that's true.
strange that like they even limit it to that.
Yeah,
So
there's a
like when they were
lonely.
sleeping that night, did they leave their helmets on?
Absolutely, yeah,
That's got to be
absolutely.
super uncomfortable.
Well, there's something about this religion that feels like it has to be a burden. Like it's like you need to feel the weight of what you're doing because
Mm,
you
yeah.
are different than others. We have a pretty rich history of that in our culture.
Yeah,
We have
like
lots,
some of
lots of
the
rich history of that.
Catholic sects, I guess, that would
Yeah, the
self-flagellate.
self-flagellate. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean, but
I
but
guess.
again, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if this is unhealthy because we'll see if it's unhealthy things. They will do unhealthy things. But right now, I don't see anything. Not
Right.
really. Anyway, there were these monster bird babies that almost tried to eat this guy. What's the guy's name?
Paz Vizsla.
Paz Vizsla. Yeah. But then the mother monster came up and she regurgitated the kid, and apparently he was alive somehow.
Yeah,
And I
Ragnar.
think
Well, she was just carrying him in his mouth, and she kind of coughed him out.
that's what was it called?
His name's Ragnar.
Oh, I want to make this
Like
clear
Ragnarok.
to our listeners. I want to make this clear to our listeners that I have a massive fear of being eaten. I can't stand it. And so when I saw that kid come up, I was like, "Oh God, that's so gross." And then
You
when
have
she
a fear
grabbed
of
that,
being eaten?
I've talked about this, didn't I? Have I not talked about this?
I don't believe so. By what specifically?
Anything.
Anything.
I have a fear of being eaten by anything. Anything.
Okay.
Like, did you go see Nope?
I have not seen Nope.
Oh, I can't even talk about that.
It's on my list.
But
it's on my list, but I
yeah.
haven't seen it.
Anyway, anything. If there's a scene like there was the Prometheus movie with it's like the prequel for the aliens. You see that?
I saw that. Yeah, I don't remember much about it.
You saw a scene where that dude, the alien dude, got eaten by the octopus thing.
I don't remember that.
Anyway, I can't.
I'm sure if I had a phobia about it, I would have remembered it.
I cannot. Any scene where someone's eating somebody else, I close my eyes, dude. I can't take it. I can't take it. I just don't.
I'm kind of the way with like seeing a knife like cut somebody or stab them. Like for whatever reason, knives.
That's
odd. I just can't see that on screen.
Look at me judging. Like, well, that's weird. You need to go to a therapist about that one. Like,
what's wrong
with you? Meanwhile, I'm like terrified of being eaten by a monster. I literally am. Like, I think that if there's a situation where like I'm in the woods and a bear's chasing people, I would be like, that's not me, yo. Like, I'm sorry, I love everybody here, but I am not going to get eaten by that thing. It's like I don't want to be consumed. Like, I don't want me inside of monsters or anything.
You must have hated what happened to Boba Fett then.
It did bother me, but I didn't know why at the time because I watched it as a kid.
Yeah, I watched that. Maybe that's where your trauma started.
Maybe.
With Boba Fett, yeah.
Maybe. It could have been that in my previous life I was eaten, and like now I just can't. Like in a previous life, you got cut in a knife fight or something. Now you just can't.
Could be.
You know, I like that. Anyway,
Ragnar. By the way, do you know who the actor that plays Ragnar is?
Wesley Kimball. Is that Jimmy Kimball's kid?
It's his nephew or something like that.
So I guess we just are fine with what's it called again? We talked about
this Nepo babies.
Yeah, nepotism. This week on nepotism, we have Wesley Kimball, who would not be on the show if he was not the nephew of Jimmy Kimball.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? Do you feel good about yourself, or do you just say, "I don't care"? I think people just say, "I don't care." You know.
I think he probably says, "I don't care."
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, Nicolas Cage changed his name to avoid his nepotism.
Did it work?
Well, I mean, I think it did early on. I don't know. But then, sooner or later, the word gets out.
Being an actor is a universal basic income scheme. Like,
yeah, you've talked about that before. I totally agree with you. The Hollywood system is UBI.
I think being rich. I think being rich is a universal basic income scheme. Like, rich people have a vested interest in helping other rich people stay rich.
Oh, sure, yeah. They're all helping each other stay rich. Yeah.
But not for long. The revolution's coming. I'm not really sure what that means. Anyway, they saved the kid, but then at the end, they took the monster. They fought the monster in the air, which is the okay scene. It was fine, but then the monster got eaten by the sea creature. So then you know what?
One problem takes care of another.
Yeah, but here's the deal, Mike. That flying mother was just trying to feed her kids. She's not evil. She was just trying to feed her kids.
Yeah, but it's survival.
What about
if you're gonna come carry off our people, we don't care why you're carrying off our people. We're gonna kill you.
Okay, I will accept that if the Mandalorians are natural products of that ecosystem. I don't think they are. They're not. They're definitely not.
I mean, they're hiding out on this planet. Yeah.
Not. So they're not even supposed to be there. So I think she should have ate the kid. I think they should have let her eat it. And that's it. Whatever. Because it's not right. It's not right. You shouldn't. That monster was just trying to do what's best for her children. Like
That's
she wasn't
Paz
doing anything
Vizsla's
wrong.
son. It's his son.
Well, that's her kids. Like she. Okay, so I guess
Right.
this monster's life is not as
They did.
valuable as his kid.
Hey, they did take in the little baby
I have
dragon things or whatever they
severe
are.
moral issues with this. I have severe moral issues with this.
I mean,
But anyway.
it's kill or be killed. You know,
It's not true. It's like
it is true.
Yeah, I understand that if you are a native of the ecosystem, but these Mandalorians are foreigners. They're not even supposed to be there.
So what are they supposed
like
to do? Just leave, I guess, or what?
Yeah, yeah. Or be like, well, that's
so
the
they
price
can
we
only
paid for
kill.
living here.
They can only kill predators on their home planet.
Yeah, I would buy that. Yeah.
All right. So if you go to Mars with Elon Musk, don't kill anything while you're there, please.
I'll kill something while I'm there. I'm not going to say that on the podcast. As I was saying, so it's all about the ecosystem. Okay, so like I understand what I'm saying. I eat cheeseburgers, blah blah blah. I'm not a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, it just annoys me that like this animal was just trying to survive, and they were like, if they would have kept her alive, if she didn't die at the end, I would have been happy about that. But okay, they got the kid back, but the animal's still alive. She's going to be able to take care of
technically, they didn't kill the mother. Technically, the mother got killed by that big fish.
If a butterfly flaps its wings in China, will it make a noise? Whatever.
I mean, they were involved, but they didn't actually do the killing.
But then they took the children. So they have 3 little dragons.
Well, they wouldn't be able to survive without their mother.
Yeah, but whose fault is that?
That fish, or whatever.
I have real issues with that. I have strong moral problems with that. It makes me very upset. But anyway. So I guess here's what's going to happen by the end of the season. Those 3 little flying things are going to be used as some kind of weapons, or they're going to fly around.
I think they're going to ride them. I think they're going to ride them.
Of course, it's Star Wars. Of course they're going to fly them. Of course.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's it. That's what happened. Oh, the very last thing.
You forgot that Grogu got a new piece of armor. He's got his chainmail, and now he's got this big rondelle that's looks like it's too big for him.
I'm sorry. He's starting to look ridiculous. He's just starting to look stupid.
Yeah, like what's the end result going to be?
This is getting ridiculous.
The good thing is it's all hidden underneath his cloak so far.
So someone needs to so I'm at the writing session for the Mandalorian, right? We're writing we're writing the episodes, and we're saying, okay, yeah, the Grogu's gonna get some cool more armor. Yeah, it's cool. I would be like, guys, this is getting stupid. Let's just be real here. Yeah. This is starting to get dumb. It's starting to get kind of crazy, but I don't know. Nobody listens.
Did you notice that the armor has some kind of circuits on it?
Yeah. I wonder what the circuits do.
You know what I think they do?
I have absolutely no idea what they do.
I think they enable whatever armor capabilities the plot requires. I think that's what they do.
You know what? That's probably what they do.
Yeah.
You're getting it. You're getting it. You're doing good now. You're doing good. One key detail is Bo-Katan loses a piece of armor in the fight, and she has to get replaced.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
She gets the sigil of the monster. What's it called?
The mythosaur.
The mythosaur. And then she says that she saw one, but even the armor doesn't really believe her.
It's so weird, this ending. It's like she's like, no, for real, I saw one.
Think about this, okay? Yeah. In the Book of Boba Fett, I don't think you remember, but in the Book of Boba Fett, it was because you saw Book of Boba Fett, correct?
I did, unfortunately, watch the Book of Boba Fett.
Chapter 5, Return of the Mandalorian. The armorer says in that episode that one day the mythosaur will rise again and unite the Mandalorian people. They talked about that in the Book of
really?
Boba Fett. Yes. Okay. So that's what they're setting up. We are.
I wonder if that will play in this series.
It definitely will. And I
Yeah,
think they're setting up. I think they're setting it up for Bo-Katan to become like the unifier because she's like a fallen
I
prince
think
or
it's
a
either
fallen
her or
king, right?
Grogu.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Grogu, but I definitely think it's gonna be Bo-Katan. I think they're setting it up pretty well for Bo-Katan to be a unifying force. Because
Yeah.
before she's like, "Hey, I was royalty, but she didn't really deserve it." Then she tried to get the dark saber, but then like she didn't really deserve that. But now I think
Hmm.
she's gonna get to the point where she will deserve to be a leader, and I think that maybe it's gonna have something to do with this dark saber, but I don't know. We'll see. But I just want to say this: chapters 5, chapter 6, and chapter 7 of Book of Boba Fett helped me understand more of this current season of the Mandalorian. So go
Yeah.
back if you have. Like, you don't have to watch the entire
Maybe
Book
even
of Boba
rewatch.
Fett.
Yeah, because I watched them. I don't remember that much about
Yeah,
them.
so go back and watch chapter 5. Go back and watch chapter 5, chapter 6, and chapter 7 of the Book of Boba Fett. They're entertaining. I think chapter 5 and chapter 6 are good. I think chapter 5 is
Possibly the best
excellent.
episodes of the Book of Boba Fett series.
Yes. Chapter 5 is excellent, especially the scenes where they rebuild the Naboo fighter. It's really, really fun to watch. I
Hmm.
liked everything about that. So watch that, and then you'll have more of an insight of this. And what we need for next episode, I'm going to go first, and then Mike, you can tell me what you need. This is what I
Okay.
need.
Okay.
I need to know the overarching threat or the overarching what are we doing here? Like, I understand we're hanging
There
out with the
doesn't always need to
Mandalorians.
be a threat.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
No, it can be some other kind of goal that
No,
they're after.
no, it has to be. Well, the goal
Like
usually is because there's
in
a
this
threat.
one, I think it's probably just some kind of rebirth of Mandalorians.
But even that there's a threat of them not becoming who they are, right? Like in any birth, there's a risk of a miscarriage, right? And so again,
I
like
guess.
it's always an overarching threat. It's always the risk of failure. It has to be. Otherwise, what's the point? Why are we watching it, right? And the same thing with
Hmm.
this. So that's I need to see it. I need to figure out what it is. What do
I
you
guess.
need?
I guess I was thinking you were talking about like some kind of external threat,
Well, it could be external, but it needs to be some kind of
like
driving
the
force.
Empire.
I do not want to watch another scene with them on that weird planet. I'm sick of dirt. I'm sick of it. Like I can't see.
Yeah.
I can't take another scene. Like we need to get out of there.
Hmm.
Anyway, what about you? What do you need?
What do I need? I don't need a whole
Yeah.
lot. I don't need a whole lot. Give me another
What's
mission. Give me another
what's
mission.
is
Accomplish
that
the
what you like?
mission
Is this like
in the
the mission
episode.
of the week?
With the Mandalorian, absolutely, that's what I like.
Huh.
I mean, I guess I'd like to see what happens with the Mandalorians. Uh, I didn't really care before this series, but I guess it'd be nice to see. I just, like I said, I just want to see the Mandalorian doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
I like.
give him a mission to do. Let me see that happen.
I'm curious. I enjoyed the first season of the Mandalorian quite a bit. And I'm trying, and
See,
I'm enjoying
that
this
was
too.
so much mission of the week, the first
Yeah,
series,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
and that's why I really liked it.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well.
mean, you and I have talked about how awesome it would be for Disney or Marvel to do something with Captain America and the Howling Commandos, just going on missions. You know,
Mm.
this was, um, Lucasfilm's chance to do that in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
Just show us
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Mandalorian doing missions. You know, he's a bounty hunter,
Um.
right?
Yeah.
Or he
Yeah. Yeah.
was hunts and bounties.
I like. You know what? I'll say. I'm going to say a bold. I'm going to say something really bold. You ready?
Yeah,
I'm fine with no more Star Wars movies.
yeah, I'm
I'm
totally
fine with
fine with
no
no
more.
more Star Wars movies.
I'll just give me Star Wars through this stuff. Like take that money from
Although
Star Wars movies.
I think the people that did Rogue One are getting another movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they are, but what? Okay, let me rephrase that. I am just fine with the end of the Skywalker trilogy. I don't
Oh,
need to deal with this.
absolutely. Yeah, I don't need that
I don't
at
need.
all anymore.
I don't need that
Over and
anymore.
done with.
Yeah, I'm done. Like I don't need
Don't.
another. This is
Don't.
Skywalker's son, or this is Skywalker's
Right.
pinky. This is
Right. Yeah.
Skywalker's toenail. Like I don't care.
Oh my goodness! Did you know that there was a long lost Skywalker nephew?
Yeah, this is
Here he
Sky.
is.
This is some hair from Skywalker. This
Hmm.
is Skywalker's lightsaber. This is Skywalker's sacred lightsaber holder.
Right. right?
And you spend
Yeah,
a whole movie trying to find the lightsaber holder. Like I'm over it. Like I'm done. Like
yeah,
I'm not interested anymore. And I'm not saying it because I don't like it. I'm saying it because we did it to death.
yes,
And
right.
there's so many other stories. And
The universe itself is so cool. Yeah, you can do all
yeah,
kinds of stuff with it.
yeah. And I'm
I
even,
mean,
you
the
know what? I mean,
Mandalorian's proof of that
yeah.
itself,
And
right?
we don't need to see lightsabers all the time. I understand lightsabers are cool, and every time you show one on screen, a kid begs his parents to buy one for him. But we don't
Hmm.
always need to see a lightsaber all the time. Like the Jedi is
Right.
not the ultimate Star Wars mythos; it's other things. And I feel like invested in the Mandalorian and making them just as cool as a Jedi, or even cooler. And then
I'm trying to
finally,
remember, but I don't think that there is a single lightsaber in Andor.
probably not.
If there is, it's very, very limited. I don't remember there being a lightsaber in Andor at all.
Is Darth Vader in there?
He is not.
Yeah, but the Death Star is, so that might as well be a lightsaber, right?
Um, it's kind of in there.
Because like the Death Star is the same thing. This cool
It's not
thing.
really in there, but
Yeah.
it is.
So anyway, my point is, I don't really have a point. I was just making some statements. Anyway, here we go.
No, no, no. I think it's it's good. We had the original trilogy. It was great. We
Mm-hmm.
had the prequels that told more of the Skywalker story.
Mm-hmm.
We had the sequels that kind of told more of the Skywalker story and kind of did it to death. And I think we're done now, and we don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me rephrase that. We're done now. Let's take a break.
Yeah,
Let's break. So I kind of feel like I need to start watching some of the Clone Wars stuff with Bo-Katan, but I don't have enough time.
I'm not watching any of that.
Yeah, I mean, I have time actually, but I'm trying to get like the new gun from the Destiny 2 raid. So I put most of my time in trying to do that. To be honest with you,
You need to watch. You need to watch Andor.
nah,
It's so
not
good,
feeling it.
dude. So
I
good.
mean, I might. It's hard for me. Like, it's hard for me to watch TV.
It's the best Star Wars there's ever been.
Okay, well, we'll
Better than
see.
Empire Strikes
Maybe
Back.
if I do watch it, it's going to be when I don't feel well or when it's like rainy and gross outside or something.
That would be a perfect time. Yeah, rainy day.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I might do? I am going to. I am going on a cross country trip soon, so I'll just download it and watch it on my phone on the flights.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Perfect.
That's it.
Whoa.
I'm dying.
Did you have
Mike.
any more enlightenment to share with us
No,
from
that's it.
no, from your rewatch of the Boba Fett stuff?
Um, yes, a couple. I do have a couple things.
Okay.
One,
Glad I asked.
yeah, a couple things. One, um, it helps if you watch Boba Fett scenes, the 3 episodes at the end. It helps you understand the motivations for why he has to atone for what he did. Uh, I think also it was kind of cool to see that Grogu made the choice to join the Mandalorian. I think that's important to understand. Like he's not going,
Right.
they're not going to separate again. The Naboo fighter, I
But
think,
he's also
was
not giving up the Force. I like that.
yeah. The Naboo fighter was kind of cool for them to put together. It helped kind of cement how cool that ship is. I really don't want that ship to get destroyed. So hopefully it won't.
I still think
And,
that they need something more like the Razor Crest that they had.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. It's a cool ship. The Razor Crest was really cool. But
they need
it
something
got
with some
beat to death.
storage. Like they need to be able to like take a nap in the ship or something.
But it's so fast and cool looking
Store
though.
some stuff. It is fast and cool looking. I'll give you that.
The last thing I know is from the Book of Boba Fett episodes. The last thing I saw, um, what
It's
was it?
also unpainted, just like Mando's suit.
Mando's armor. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
The fact that
those were originally painted like yellow, and they left some chrome,
yeah.
but there was a lot of yellow on them too.
What I remember from the episode is that Boba Fett is not technically a Mandalorian. He has Mandalorian armor, but he's not a Mandalorian.
Ooh,
I'm curious to see if he's going to come up or come in to this episode, but we'll see. I don't
he
think he
was in
will.
this episode. Well, the actor was.
Oh yeah, he was as the voices. Yeah, he always do that.
He was the
Um,
clone troopers.
Clone Trooper's voice, which I used to be very mad that they changed the voice of Boba Fett in the original Empire Strikes Back, but I'm fine with it now.
Okay.
I've come to terms with it.
Yeah.
But that's it, really. But it's worth. I'm curious how Boba Fett might fit into this. I doubt he probably won't fit at all. But I'm curious. Anyway, that's it.
We
That's
were talking about
episode
how cool
4.
Mando's armor was, like last
Mhm.
episode, I think.
Yeah.
Do you remember back in season 1 where one of the cool things, my son, he was watching it with me at the time. He loved this. Mando starts out with, he doesn't have all of his armor. And so he's kind of like assembling his armor throughout that first series. And that's when he's going to the armor. He's getting like a new piece of armor made.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was
super cool.
And that's
why it's unpainted, because he ain't had time to paint it yet.
And also, it looks cool.
I hope he doesn't paint it now that he's
he'll
he's
never
got
paint
like
that.
a little he's got a little downtime.
No,
don't paint it.
They'll
dude.
never paint that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our episode. Hope you guys watched it. We'll have another episode a little bit sooner. We're gonna be recording on Thursdays for the rest of it, I believe. So we'll have episodes for you a lot quicker, so you guys can listen to us rant and rave about things we barely understand. I know you are excited about that.
Yeah, it's always fun to listen to.
Yeah, no news you can abuse. There's nothing really new.
Nothing?
No, there's nothing. I looked. There's nothing.
Okay.
I'll scrap together something for you guys next week.
Yeah.
So Mike, how can our listeners share us to their friends and family?
Hit that share button right now. There's a share button somewhere. You're listening to this. I don't know how you're listening to it, but there's a share button somewhere. You can find it. It's not that hard. Just do it. Also, did you know that
people listen to this?
You can comment like on the if you're listening on Spotify, you can say how you like the episode. That's pretty cool.
Aren't they doing something bad?
Who, Spotify?
Yeah, are they doing something evil? I'm mad at one of those streaming services. Which one?
Spotify recently changed their interface, and I think they made it look like TikTok.
Oh, that's interesting. So, how many people are on TikTok?
I have no idea.
Should we get on TikTok before they ban it?
I don't know.
I'm on Be Real.
Are you?
Yeah.
How often do you have to do that? How often does that like go off?
Technically once a day, but I barely do it.
Is it
never
random?
do it on time. Yeah, it's random. Yeah, and I never do it.
You're not being real, dude.
No, I'm being fake.
You're fronting on Be Real.
No, my social media addiction is very much like dead. I don't have it anymore.
That's good.
So, like I don't have to. Yeah, I don't have the need to do that stuff anymore. But it's like it's lonely because I don't see my friends and family much. I don't see pictures of my friends and family at all anymore. Like I have no idea. My friends got these kids. I have no idea what they look like.
Nobody did that until phones were, iPhones came out. So,
but it feels very funny to me. I'm like, hey, how's your kids? Like I have no idea. Like, hey, we moved. Oh, you moved? I didn't know.
It gives you more to talk about when you meet people. It's not like sometimes
a lot more.
When I used to be on Facebook and I would like meet up with a friend, they'd be telling me stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, I know it.
It kills the whole conversation.
One of my best friends, they went. She and another one of my best friends, 3 of my best friends actually, went to California. I didn't even know it. I was like, "Where you got what?" And she sent me a picture. I was like, "You guys are in California? I didn't know you guys were going there." And so, like, awesome. I think she just assumed that I knew she was going because of social media, but I didn't. I had no clue, and I felt like kind of like left out. I was like, "Well, you could have told me you were going to California." That's funny.
Hey, one more interesting tidbit about this episode.
What's that?
It was directed by Carl Weathers.
Oh yeah, Carl Weathers. He did an okay job. He did an okay job. I'm not gonna say he did a good job. He did an okay job.
Not bad.
It was fine. The lightsaber scenes and stuff were cool. I think it's okay.
Yeah, the lightsaber scene was very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, next week. More Mandalorian.